We're talking to Babs Rangaiah, VP of Global Communication Planning for Unilever. Unilever just won Advertiser of the Year at Cannes Lions. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Very excited.
Today in a session with Sir Martin Sorrell, WPP Group, Chief Marketing Officer Keith Weed told the audience that Unilever plans to double its digital spend this year.
Yeah.
Just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what that will mean, where the money will go, and how it could play out.
That's a good question. I think essentially what we've done is a great job in the U.S. For the last couple of years. We're really trying to make that a more global phenomenon, because I think the internet in general is transforming almost everything that we're doing, and it's no longer just a Western phenomenon. It's no longer just a teenage phenomenon. It's global and it's mainstream. So you'll see it across the board, key countries, key brands, and in terms of what types of media, I think our focus areas really will be social media, video, mobile, and to some extent search. So I think you'll see a lot of a real increase in the type of activity we have in those areas.
Now, last time we spoke, you mentioned that you and other senior leadership had done a sort of West Coast tour in the U.S., talked to a bunch of technology companies. Was that key in influencing your decisions?
I think that was good, because it got a lot of the most senior executives at the company to really elevate the priority of digital, and I think they got to see some really innovative things, research, learning, information, and it also allowed us to strike some partnerships that would allow us to kind of, from a global top-down level, just strike some big deals. So one of those was the iAd deal that came out of our Apple meeting, which we're going to be a presenting sponsor on that for Dove for Men. And we have a couple of other things lined up, so that the reason that's good is there's a couple of things we can do in a big, bold way immediately from the top that will kind of lead us in some of the key areas I talked about earlier.
And mobile, is that country by country in terms of?
Well, I mean, our belief is that 25% of the world is online today, and we think the vast majority of the next 75% will get online in mobile, especially in the areas that we have great footprints in, D&E markets, India, China, Brazil, Russia, Mexico, Indonesia, some different places that are pretty important to us. So yeah, mobile is a very important thing for us, and there really isn't a model necessarily that's out there. So to some extent we have to reframe how to think about it, and we're doing that. We're really focused on, was again part of the reason for the partnership with Apple, is to help us really understand that, because I think while people will get online via web browsers, apps will play a big role in terms of smartphones and what we can do. So that, as well as in some of the developing markets where we'll probably have to do more things with short codes, SMSs, text messaging, because that's still, they're still not quite, the internet penetration isn't quite there.
All right, Babs, thanks for talking with ClickZ.
Sure, thanks for having me.